We have been seeing some high winds across the southeastern portion of the Philippines. Our latest cold surge interacting with easterlies just ramping up for the east coast of Visayas over towards Mindanao. I heard one person calling this the hanging kusog, or strong winds, and yeah, it has been blowing across this specific area here. The question is, how long is it going to last? Is it going to back off? And for now, I mean, it's still in place. I think over the weekend we will see a little bit of reduction as the winds start to change a little bit up here and we start to see kind of the shear line lift a little north. But in general, still going to be looking at these high winds dominating the southeastern areas of the Philippines. We're also going to be talking about in this update a tropical area in that extended forecast. What are the long-range models showing, and where is going to be the heaviest rainfall associated with it? And also, as always, a big shout out to everybody on our Patreon and our YouTube members who support this channel. If you like these updates, check out the link down below. So let's talk about the broader picture here. What's going on here today on February 26th? And what we have is a very strong cold surge. Look at this cool air spilling in across Japan, the leading edge of it all the way down across the northern Mariana Islands and extending through the Philippines. So it's that collision with that and the easterlies that is the primary dominating factor, and it's why I always start off with the satellite imagery at the beginning of these updates, because I know it doesn't give you the forecast. It's not a 5-day or 7-day outlook, but it is a general idea of what's happening, and this is what's important when we're making this forecast. So as that cool air continues to collide with the easterlies, we're going to continue to see those high winds along the southeastern portions of the Philippines until about the weekend, when our high pressure ridge south of Japan, you see it just right in there, is going to start to settle further towards the south, and that kind of pushes us along, and it really starts to weaken it off a little bit as far as those higher winds are concerned. Still got an easterly flow, still going to be looking at chances of rainfall here, but it does back off just a bit. So where's the heaviest of the rainfall for the time being heading into the weekend? We're going to continue to see it here into Mindanao, extended through Visayas, and then it could shift by Monday and the Tuesday back here a little bit further towards the north. And if we actually flip over and take a look at the microwave imagery, I like this graphic because it really gives us a good idea of what I'm talking about here with that flow coming in. And look at the shear line just like that, and see where the flow comes together. It's right there in Mindanao over towards Visayas. So yeah, I mean, plenty of high winds, plenty of heavy rainfall. You want to know about the extended forecast though, and what's going on there. So let's get into it here. First off, let's actually pull up our guidance from the GFS. There we go. So this is a broader look, or this is the ECMWF, excuse me. A broader look, kind of got that flow. You can see what I'm talking about here. The winds start to shift heading into the start of March. But let's zoom right in. This is a GFS, 10-meter winds. We're going to go out. Now you see right there in the bottom left of the screen, your time frame. That is the 1st of March, then going over to the 3rd, the 4th. And how about we get right into, right there, the 6th, the 7th, and the 8th, right there, off of the coastline of Leyte and Samar. Decent little area of low pressure there. The GFS has been showing this for a few days now. The ECMWF, not quite as much actually. This is what the ECMWF has at that same time frame. Not much right in there. You know, it kind of has an enhanced easterly flow. The GFS being much, much more aggressive. Now, I didn't really show this guidance over the last few days because I like to see consistency. I like to see one model after another kind of coming together and seeing where they're going to kind of land on where they want to put this. Take a look at the long-range SpaghettiOs, which I don't have up right now, but there is kind of that consensus coming together in that same area too. So what does all of that mean? It seems like I just kind of rambled there for a second. It means we're going to have to watch the broader picture of things right there. We're going to want to watch the broader picture of things here, especially that satellite imagery towards the south and east of Guam. So way out here, that's where if anything was going to develop, it would kind of run along. We're also going to want to watch the leading edge of this shear line towards the north, because that is going to be the key steering factor if anything did try to develop and push off towards the Philippines or across Yap and Plow. This time of year, it's not trivial, nor is it unheard of to say there could be a tropical system developing. We had Wu-Tip just 6 years ago. That was a super typhoon near Guam. So there is definitely precedent for something developing out here. Albeit there's precedent, there's not concreteness at this time. We don't have a tropical wave at this point, indicating something big developing. It's just one long-range model, day after day, run after run, showing it, but its initialization is not there yet, and we need that to come together before we get a good clue and understanding about what's happening with this potential tropical area. But I mean, if I was out here in Tacloban, Siargao, those areas, I would most certainly be watching the forecast closely over the course of the upcoming days, because those would be the areas that would be hit the hardest. If not from a direct tropical system, they would be hit from a tropical wave interacting with the northeast monsoon to a point that you would get an increase in winds and rain by the early part of I guess I shouldn't say early, late next week. It would be the 6th, the 7th, over toward the 8th. So there is still time to watch this, but definitely something that I feel we need to keep a very, very, very close eye on. So, of course, we don't need the tropical graphic there just yet, but maybe in that extended outlook. So I'm going to keep you guys posted. And if you have any questions, please let me know. But one thing right now, it still is pretty windy out here in Visayas and Mindanao, separate from any tropical systems. It's just blowing with the northeast monsoon. It is a cool wind, and definitely a wet wind. I think a wet wind doesn't make sense. That's not good English, but you know what I'm talking about. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. And if you have any questions, please let me know. And as always, stay safe out there. Okay?